We pretty much know what's above ground at Alcatraz Island.
But now a new study finds there are hidden buildings and tunnels underneath the prison yard.
What if Alcatraz was never just a prison? For decades, it stood as America's ultimate fortress of punishment, inescapable, impenetrable, and final. But in 2025, a hidden tunnel was discovered beneath the island, sealed behind walls that shouldn't exist. What experts found inside made them turn pale. Maps, encrypted devices, even unidentifiable skeletal remains. This wasn't just a breakout route, it was something far darker. A buried secret that could rewrite history. Lost Alcatraz tunnels. Finally discovered, and what's inside might change everything you thought you knew. Are you ready to uncover the truth? In 2025, a team of museum renovation workers accidentally unearthed something that would change history. What began as a simple construction expansion led to the discovery of a wall that didn't belong, unlisted on any blueprint, absent from every record. Behind that wall was a tunnel, cold, sealed, and untouched by time. It didn't match the prison's layout. Its masonry was different. It felt wrong. A hidden shaft descending into complete darkness, lined with unfamiliar steel supports, engineered to absorb vibration and sound. The materials were dated to the early 1920s, long before Alcatraz became a federal penitentiary. Federal agents and intelligence specialists were called in. What they found wasn't just strange, it was impossible to explain. This tunnel, expertly built and deliberately concealed, challenged everything we thought we knew about the island. This wasn't a forgotten escape tunnel. It was something far more complex. As investigators ventured deeper, the tunnel twisted away from known infrastructure. There were no signs of prisoner tampering, no dig marks, no escape tools, no improvised work. Instead, it was meticulously reinforced, as if it were meant to last for generations. At the end of the shaft, hidden behind a rusted steel door, lay a sealed chamber. Inside, the air was still. Time itself seemed to have stopped. Dust settled over everything, yet nothing was disturbed. Primitive communication devices sat unused in the corners. Hand-drawn maps lined the walls. Yellowing documents, maps of ocean currents, strange symbols, and notes written in obscure languages were found neatly arranged. But what truly unnerved investigators were the cots in the corner, 3 of them, arranged like they had been used, then left. 2 clocks sat frozen in time. Both read 2:17 a.m. Why that specific time? Was it a signal, a warning, or something worse? As experts examined the materials, a new name surfaced in declassified documents: Project Warden's Shadow, a top-secret Cold War-era operation run by the Department of Justice with indirect CIA oversight. The project wasn't about punishment. It was about control, manipulation, and surveillance. Alcatraz wasn't just a prison. It was a testing ground, a psychological lab, an intelligence outpost hidden in plain sight. The hidden tunnel wasn't built for prisoners to escape. It was designed for the covert movement of information, resources, and people. Experts now believe Alcatraz's location, isolated, defensible, and close to key naval routes, was chosen for more than its strategic isolation. It was perfect for clandestine operations. Then came the twist that shook even the most skeptical investigators. Among the chamber's files was a letter, faded, fragile, and unsigned, but believed to have been written by John Anglin, one of the escapees from the infamous 1962 breakout. "We made it that night, but barely," the letter read. Until now, that quote was assumed to reference the escape across the treacherous San Francisco Bay. But new theories suggest a different truth. The escape route may never have involved the water at all. The men may have used the secret tunnel. Blueprint overlays reveal that the 1962 escape route aligns eerily well with the tunnel's location. It's now suspected that the so-called escape was no spontaneous act of desperation. It was a carefully orchestrated mission. The discovery of a fourth, unidentified skeleton deep in the collapsed portion of the tunnel adds another layer of mystery. Clutched in its hand was a satchel filled with pristine 1961 coins, maps, and water-damaged notes. It wasn't Morris. It wasn't the Anglin brothers. It wasn't Alan West. Scratch marks on the wall nearby spelled out 4 haunting words. "They left me here." Was this an accomplice? A failed escapee? Or someone trapped and forgotten during a mission gone wrong? Worse still, behind a sealed panel at the far end of the chamber, a hidden room was found. Inside were 5 skeletal remains. They stood upright, hands clasped, their uniforms perfectly preserved. But no record could identify them. No military, no intelligence agency, no prison roster matched the strange insignia sewn into their clothing. Alongside their remains were sealed containers holding biological samples, each tagged with complex codes, indecipherable even to advanced cryptographers. Who were they? And why were they hidden beneath one of America's most secure prisons? The forensic silence of the room, the arrangement of the bodies, and the untraceable origins of their uniforms raised terrifying questions. This was not an accident. It was a message. Or worse, a cover-up. Experts now believe the tunnel was never meant to be used by inmates. It was a corridor of control, possibly even a last resort escape route for operatives in case of national emergency. Retired guards from the 1950s and 60s have started to speak out. Many recall strange instructions, hushed warnings, and unusual sounds beneath certain buildings, especially near Laundry Block C. One guard remembered being told, point blank, "Don't ask what's below Block C." The prison was full of ghosts, ghosts that weren't criminals, but secrets. Secrets that now refuse to stay buried. The 1962 escape, long thought to be the only successful one in the prison's history, may not have been a prison break at all. It may have been a sanctioned extraction. The escapees weren't just convicts. They may have been assets, test subjects, operatives. Even more chilling is the theory that Frank Morris, the supposed mastermind, may have been part of a much larger operation. Some believe he was planted in the prison, positioned for the perfect moment to activate a long-dormant route. A letter from John Anglin in 2013 confirmed their survival. "Barely," he said. That single word now takes on an entirely different meaning. And still, the discoveries didn't stop there. More files have since emerged from national archives. Sealed Cold War records reference psychological experiments, advanced surveillance systems, and off-record containment efforts tied to Alcatraz. Inmates weren't just prisoners, they were subjects. This wasn't rehabilitation. This was research. The coins found with the skeleton? Possibly a Cold War fund for a post-escape life? The encryption devices? Tools for intelligence networks? The entire infrastructure beneath the island? A hidden system that could have been used for extraction, espionage, or something far more sinister. Some experts even theorize the 1962 escape was a stress test, engineered to test human endurance, navigation, and evasion during covert missions. A live trial hidden beneath the guise of a criminal breakout. What if Alcatraz was never meant to keep people in, but to keep something else hidden? What was inside those crates? What kind of experiments were conducted in total secrecy? And why did 5 unidentifiable individuals, dressed in foreign uniforms, end up buried beneath the island? There are whispers now, murmurs that Alcatraz was one node in a vast web of Cold War containment sites. Sites where information, people, and truths went to vanish. The tunnel's reinforced design, the concealed chambers, and the missing documents suggest this operation wasn't a rogue element. It was authorized. And now, it's unraveling. The island's silence for decades wasn't the silence of time or abandonment. It was the silence of control, maintained, preserved, and enforced. Until now. Because today, the truth is echoing through those hidden halls once more, and the world is starting to listen. If this discovery shook you like it did us, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more chilling revelations. Drop your thoughts in the comments. What do you think was really hidden beneath Alcatraz? See you in the next mystery.